Lesser, and today I'll be sharing a topic with you that I find near my heart. That topic is that of the process of deer hunting, which is something that I grew up doing. My family has relied upon deer meat so much so that in the past 12 years we haven't purchased any beef. We like deer meat for the purpose that it doesn't have any hormones in it, and we know what's going into it. We know that our meat isn't going to be harmed. There was a survey done by the United States Fish and Wildlife Service in 2006 that found that a little over 10 million people deer hunted. Now, while this data is older, and I'm sure that number has grown, it still shows a staggering fact, and that is that a very large number of people still deer hunt. Now, after sharing this small fact, I will launch into further detail on the process of deer hunting, which is preparation for the hunt, the actual hunt, and the events that take place after the hunt. There are a number of different things that must take place in order for a hunt to be successful. One of the first things that must happen is that the hunter must scout the area. Now, by scouting the area, the hunter is usually looking for a source of food or water, or possibly an area where the deer might bed down. Now, if neither of these things can be found, then the hunter might make a food plot or feeding station. And at this feeding station, they'll have a variety of different things, such as corn, apples, nuts, salt and mineral licks, and any other plants or crops that the deer might like. After they've scouted the area and found this spot, they'll usually put up a tree stand or blind that they can hunt out of. They will clear shooting lanes in this blind or tree stand so that they might be able to have a better chance at shooting the animal. Once they've got the area set up, and are prepared for the hunt, it requires a process, which is waking up, showering, eating, and usually getting gear ready. Now, when they get their gear ready, they have to take a number of different variables into effect, such as the weather, the temperature, their surroundings, and what season it is. For example, if it's colder out, they're going to need heavier clothing. If it's warmer, lighter clothing. If it's gun season, then they will need a gun and an orange safety vest. The safety vest is used because it allows for other hunters to see this hunter, and it makes it safer for the people hunting in the area. Hunters should check the sunrise and sunset so that they know when legal shooting light is. Legal shooting light is the time in between sunrise and sunset that it is safely visible to shoot at something, knowing what it is, and it makes it safer for everyone, and a cleaner shot. According to Ohio Valley Outdoors, due to the 2014-2015 season in Ohio, straight wall cartridge rifles, which is pistol rounds basically, were opened up to deer gun season. This is new because before then, no rifles were allowed in the gun season. So after all the gear and everything has been prepared, then the hunt can take place. Let's say it's bow season. Usually in bow season, the hunter wants to get up earlier in the morning when it's still, and get out in the woods when it's still dark. That way the woods can settle down and get used to their presence. This means that they're going to have to start the process earlier. So they get in there at 6 a.m., gives them about an hour before it's light, and say around 7:15, the eerily dark and silent woods begins to brighten up with the sunlight flowing through the trees. With this sunlight comes a number of different sounds and noises as the animals begin to wake up and move about. With the sunlight, the hunter's senses are also heightened, just hoping to hear that breaking of a branch or the sound of rustling brush in the distance that might possibly be the deer. As a branch breaks or something happens, most hunters will experience a heightened heart rate, which is occurring because of the introduction of adrenaline into the blood flow. And as Roger Horsch said in his poem, "Why Deer Hunting is Special to Me," we thrive from adrenaline flow. Why else would we sit out day after day in the freezing weather in the hopes of just possibly getting a deer? When the deer, if the hunter is lucky enough, the deer might just possibly walk out of the brush. And when it does, in bow season, the hunter must wait until the deer is within range. When the deer is within range, this area is the lungs. This provides a clean kill where the deer will not feel any pain, and because as hunters, we don't like the animals to suffer. The hunter will relax, take aim, draw back on the arrow, and release. Now, if the hunter hits the deer, then the deer will either run off or it will fall. If the deer falls, the hunter will go down, check to make sure that it's dead, and then tag it in with the State Natural Resource Program, like the Ohio Division of Natural Resources. Different from previous years, in the 2013 and 2014 season, there were no longer any hard copy tags that you put on the animal and brought to a station and checked it. Instead, it was all electronic tagging in, which required having online access or a cell phone in order to call the number. After the deer has been tagged in, then the less savory part of the process, which I won't go into great detail, is the gutting. That is the removing of the organs and insides of the animal so it doesn't ruin the meat after you've done this, most hunters usually would like to take pictures or anything of their animal so that they can show off to their friends and family. After the pictures have been taken, usually you have to drag the deer out, which depends on the location and distance from the vehicle, difficult process this. There are many different aspects of hunting, which is why I love it. You can go a whole season without seeing the same animal or same event happen twice. It's about enjoying nature. It's not about getting the animal, which is why it's called hunting, not getting. It's a stress reliever for many, young and old, so I hope I've helped